Who's there?
Nay, speak. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
Have you had quiet, guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
If you meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
Think of him. Stand. Who's there?
Friends to this ground!
And liegemen to the dame.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome. Good, Marcellus.
Has this thing appeared again?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but a fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him. Therefore I have entreated him along, that he may watch the minutes. That if this apparition should have come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appears.
Sit down a while.
Peace. Break thee off. Look again where it comes.
The same figure like him that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou? That usurpest this time? Together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis offended.
See it stalks away.
Stay! Speak! Speak! By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is gone and will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy?
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, 'tis strange.
Twice before. And jump this dead hour. By Marshal Stook, have he gone by our watch?
In what particular thought to work, I know not, but in the gross scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green that it us befitted. We bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom is to be contracted in brow of woe. That have discretion full with nature, 'tis with wisest sorrow we think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, sometimes, sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, but have we a twir and defeated king, with an auspicious and one dropping eye, we'd merge in funeral and dirge in marriage, an equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. And now, Laertes, what news with you? You spoke of some suit. What is it? What would thou have?
Dread, my lord, your leave and favour to return to France.
Have you your father's leave? What say they, Pelaine?
He hath, my lord. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
We'll take that fine hour, Laertes, time be thine. By best graces, spend it at thine. But now, my cousin Hamlet, my son, why is it the clouds still hang on you?
Good Hamlet, do not for ever with thy veiled lid seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Ay, madam, it is common.
Well, if it be, why seems it so particular to thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet. Would you bear this? But you must know, your father lost a father, and that father lost his. We pray to you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as a father. With no nest, nobility of love, and the father, give you son. I do impart toward you.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
Shall in all my best obey you, madam.
'Tis a loving and fair reply. Be as ourselves in Denmark.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, how weary, stale, flat and unprofitable seems to me all the uses of this world. Frati, thy name is woman. A little month, ere those shoes were old, married to mine uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. Yet the salt of most outrageous tears had left the flushing of her gold eyes. She married, oh, most wicked speed, to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets.
Hail to your lordship.
Glad to see you. Horatio! Do I forget myself?
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
What makes you tell so all? We'll teach you to drink deep ere ye depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Oh, prithee, do not mock me. I believe it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage table. Me father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while with an intent ear till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And, sister, as the winds give benefit and convoys assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you drink that?
Perhaps Hamlet loves you now, and now no soil nor curtail doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear his greatness waned, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. Therefore, weigh what loss your honour may sustain if, with too credent ear, you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection out of the shot of danger and desire.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep, as watchman to my heart.
Stay too long. But here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes, bored for shame.
Yeah, bites shrewdly. What hour now?
I think it likes of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. Then draws near the season wherein his spirit held his wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
King? Father? Royal Dane? Oh, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonised bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. Why the sepulchre within we saw you quietly inurned has opened its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again.
It beckons you to go with it.
Do not go.
It will not speak, then will I follow it.
No, by no means.
Why, what should be the fear? I don't set my life at a pin's fee.
What if it tempts you toward the flood, my lord, and there assume some other horrible form which might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness?
He waves me still. Go on! I follow thee!
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
He ruled you shall not!
Unhand me, gentlemen! By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away! Go on, I follow thee!
My hour has almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flame shall render up myself. Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold. And if thou thy dearest father love, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. The whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death rankly abused. Know, thou noble youth, that the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic son. Mine uncle.
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Sleeping in my orchard, as is my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stole with the juice of Hebanon in a vial, and into the porches of my ear did pour that leprous distilment. Thus was I sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen at once dispatched, cut off in the blossoms of my sins. No reckoning made and sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, most horrible. However thou pursuest this act, let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. And taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to the heavens, and to the thorns to prick her that in her bosom lodge. Fare thee well. Adieu. Adieu. Hamlet, remember me.
Remember thee? Ay, thou poor ghost. While memory still holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee. Yea, from the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivia fond records, and thy commandment, all alone, shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Oh yes, by heaven, oh most pernicious woman, villain, smiling damned villain!
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Alas, my lord, I have been so frightened.
With what?
My lord, as I was sewing in my chamber, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Ah, mad for thy love?
Alas, my lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, and goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh, so piteous and profound, that it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head o'er his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out or doors he went without their help, and to the last bended their light on me.
Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This must be known.
Greeting, bosun grandson Guildenstern. Something you have heard of Hamlet's transformation? Or should it be more than his father's death that has taken him so far from the understanding of himself? I entreat you both that, being so young days brought up with him, to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much from occasion that you may glean whether aught lies within our remedy.
For the supply and profit of our hopes, Your visitation shall receive such reward as fits a king's memory.
We both obey.
I beseech thee, go instantly to my too much changed son.
My good liege, I do think I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Speak of that. I do long to hear.
Well, I doubt it's no other but the main. His father's death and our hasty marriage.
I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. That he's mad, well, 'tis true. 'Tis true. 'Tis pity. Mad, let us grant him then. And now remains that we find out the very cause of this effect. Now, I have a daughter. Well, she's mine. Who, in her duty and obedience, Mark, hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Was beautified. Doubt that the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar. But never doubt I love Hamlet. This in obedience hath my daughter showed me.
But how hath she received his love?
Well, to my young mistress, thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince. Out of thy sphere, this must not be. Oh, and I precepts gave her to lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens, and he repulsed, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a watch, and by this declension into the madness wherein he now raves.
Do you think it is this?
Maybe. Very likely.
How may we try it further?
Well, you know that sometimes he walks for hours here in the lobby.
He does, indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I hidden then, and mark the encounter.
We will try it.
My honoured lord.
My most dear lord. Oh, my excellent good friend. Guildenstern. Rosencrantz. What makes you to Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? A free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for. There is a kind of confession in your looks that your modesties are not craft enough to colour. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, by the constancy of our youth, be even and direct with me whether you sent for or no.
What say you?
My lord, we were sent for.
I would tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavenly with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, to me is a sterile promontory, wise man, so noble in reason, how like a god. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delight's not me. No, nor woman neither. But you're smiling, you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Gentlemen, you're welcome at Elsinore, you're welcome. But my father, uncle and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my lord?
That I'm but mad, north-northwest. When the wind is southerly. I know a hawk from the handsaw.
Oh, sweet Gertrude, leave us.
I shall obey. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your great beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So do I hope that your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again.
Madam, I wish it me.
Ophelia, walk you here, gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves. Read on this book, that show of such an exercise may colour your loneliness. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil?
Good my lord, how does your honour this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I've long longed to redeliver. I pray you, now receive them.
Not I. I never gave you aught.
My honoured lord, you know right well you did. Receive them now.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, then your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Can beauty, my lord, not better commerce with honesty?
And truly, for the power of beauty would sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd, than the force of honesty translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
My good lord, you made me believe so.
You shouldn't have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Or wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I can still accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. We are arrant knaves. All believe none of us.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
Get thee to a nunnery. Or if thou wilt need marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. Farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him. What a noble mind is here overthrown.
There's something in the soul. Everybody sits and melodies. I do doubt perhaps there will be some danger. Therefore, how to prevent? He shall with speed to England. What do you think on it?
It should do well. And yet, I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But let his queen mother, all alone, entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where best your wisdom shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
My lord, vouchsafe me a word with you. The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you.
Your behaviour hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Oh, wonderful son. That can so astonish your mother. But is there no sequel at the heels of this mother's admiration?
She wishes to speak with you in her closet ere you go to bed. We shall obey. Were she 10 times our mother? Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you did once love me.
Oh, and so I do still. By those pickers and stealers.
Good, my lord. What's the cause of your distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your grief to your friend? Will you play upon this pipe?
I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I beseech you.
I know not the touch of it, my lord.
Why, it is as easy as line. Govern those vintages with your finger and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse the most eloquent of music. Look you, here are the stops.
But these I cannot command any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now. How unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You were playing from my lowest note to the top of my compass, and there is much music. Excellent voice in this little organ. Yet cannot you make it speak? Do you think I'm easier to be played upon than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will. You can fret me, but you can't play upon me!
Alas for Yorick.
The King's Jester. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He had borne me on his back 1,000 times. Now how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Those lips that I've kissed I know not how often. Where be your jibes now? Your gambles, your songs, your flashes of merriment that will want to set the table on a roar. Get you to my lady's chamber and tell her. Let her paint an inch thick. To this favour she must come. Make her laugh at that!
Guildenstern, and Rosencrantz. Hamlet, I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore, prepare you. I your commission forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you.
My lord, he's going to his mother. Now, I'll hide myself to hear the process. I warrant she'll tax him home. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed and tell you what I know.
Thank you, dear my lord. Oh, my offence is rank. It smells to heaven. It have the primal Otis curse upon it, a brother's murder. What if this cursed hand itself were thicker than blood? Is there not rain enough in sweet heaven to wash it white as snow? Oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn, forgive my foul murder? This cannot be, since I am still possessed of the effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offence? Oh, wretched state. Oh, bosom black as death. All may be well. Of his soul, and he is fit and seasoned for his passage. No, up, and know thou a more horrid hent. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and his soul may be as damned and black as hell. Where to it goes.
He will come straight. Look you, lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace...
I warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming. Hamlet, thy father thou hast much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Oh, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Nay then, I'll set those on you that can speak.
You go, not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help! Help! Help!
Oh, now. Is it a rat?
What hast thou done? What a rash and bloody deed is this?
Aye, Mother. A bloody deed. Almost as bad as kill a king and marry his brother.
Kill a king?
Aye, my lady. 'Twas my word. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace. Sit ye down. And let me wring your heart. For so I shall if it be made of penetrable stuff. Your husband is like a mildew ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you no eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave the feed and battens on this wall?
Oh, speak no more, sweet Hamlet. These words like daggers enter unto my...
A murderer!
No more, sweet Hamlet.
A king of shreds and patches. Oh, save me and hover over me. With your wings, your heavenly guards will order your gracious figure.
Do not forget, this visitation is to but whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Stand between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, my lady?
Alas, how is it with you? Whereon do you look?
On him. On him! Look how pale he glares. Do you see nothing there?
No, nothing.
Nor do you nothing here?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Well, look you there. Look how it steals away. My father, in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes. Even now out the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creature ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy? My pulse as yours does temporarily keep time and makes us helpful music. It's not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and either matter will reward that madness will gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass but my madness speaks.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
But for love of grace, go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. For this same Lord I do repent, that heaven has pleased it to punish me with this and this of me, that I should be their scourge and minister. One word more, good lady. Let not the bloke king tempt you again to bed, and let him make you ravel this matter out. I'm essentially not in madness.
Alack, what noise is this?
Save yourself, my lord. Young Laertes and a rider said overbears your offices. The rabble call him lord. They cry, choose we. Laertes shall be king. Caps, hands and tongues applaud it to the clouds. Laertes shall be king. Laertes, king.
Where is this king? Oh, thou vile king, give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard. Cries cuckold to my father. Brands the harlot even here between the chaste, unsmirched brow of my true mother.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion is so giant-like?
Where is my father?
He is dead, Laertes.
Can he be dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell, allegiance. Vows to the blackest devil. I dare damnation. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. For I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensible in grief for it. For he who slain your noble father pursued my life.
If that be so, then tell me why you have proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature. And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
If it be so, Laertes, as how should it be so? How otherwise will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so you will not overrule me to a peace.
To thy own peace. I will work him, and for his death no wind shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled. The rather if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been spoken of since you have travelled much, and in Hamlet's hearing.
What talk is that, my lord?
Here was a gentleman of Normandy. He gave you such a masterly report, and for your rapier especially. Sir, this report did Hamlet so envenom with envy that he could do nothing but wish and beg you come over to play with him.
And what out of this, my lord?
Good Laertes, stay close in your chamber. Hamlet shall soon know you come home. We'll bring you in fine together, and a wager on your heads. You may choose us all unbaited, and pass a practice for your father.
I will do it. And for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that I'll touch my point with this contagion, and if he gall me slightly, it may be death.
When in your motion you are hot and dry, make your bouts more violent to the end. For if he calls for drink, I would have prepared a chalice for the nonce, and if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may still hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
How? Oh, where?
There's a willow grows aslant a brook, and with fantastic garlands there she came. and there clambering to hang an envious sliver broke. And then her weedy trophies and her fell into the foaming brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like, a while they bore her up, during which time she chaunted snatches of old tunes, like one incapable of her own distress, or a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, before her garments heavy with her drink pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, she is drowned.
Drowned. Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia. Therefore I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. What ceremony else? What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been far enlarged as we have warranties. Her death was doubtful, and by the great command, oversways the order. She should in ground unsanctified have lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she allowed her virgin rites, her maiden instruments, bringing home a bell-end burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done? We should profane the service of the dead, to sing requiem and such rest to her, as to peace parted souls.
I tell thee, churlish priest, the ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I had hopes thou should be my Hamlet's bride. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, not strewed thy grave.
Treble wine. 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. The devil take thy soul.
Pray it's not well.
Pluck them asunder!
Hamlet! Hamlet!
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my son. What wilt thou do?
Oh, he is mad,
The
Leo!
love of God forbear him!
Show me what thou wilt do. Would weep? Would fight? Would fast? Would tear thyself? Drink hazel? Eat a crocodile? Do it. Dost thou come here to wine? To outstage me with leaping into her grave? Buried with her? Quick with her? And so I!
Oh, this is mere madness!
Hear you, sir. What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever. That is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
I've been in continued practice. I shall win at the odds. But thou wilt not think how ills all hear about my art. But it's no matter.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit!
Not a whit! We define augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to be. If it is not to be, it will be now.
Come, Hamlet, come. Take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong. But pardon it as you are a gentleman. Let my disclaiming from a purpose evils free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot my arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature. I do receive your offered love like love and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely. Now will this brother's wager frankly play? Give us the fours, come on.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. In mine ignorance your skill shall, like a star in the darkest night, stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has led the odds over the weaker side.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This lights me well. As full as all the length.
Oh, my good lord.
£10. Don't yell there. I've got it on Albert.
Here we go.
And now the king drinks to Hamlet. And you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come on, Lord.
One.
No.
Judgment.
A hit. A very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay. Give me drink. To thy health, Hamlet. Give him the cup.
I'll play this pound first. Set it by a while. Come now. Another hit. What say you?
A touch. I do confess.
Our son shall win.
You scant your brow. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin. Rub thy brow. The Queen carouses to your health, Hamlet.
Good, madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
I dare not drink yet. Set it by.
Lord, I'll hit him now.
Do not drink it.
Third Laertes, you but dally. I pray you pass with your best violence. I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Save you, sir. Come on, sir. How about you now?
They are insane.
Nay, come again.
Look to the Queen there.
They bleed on both sides. How is that, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
I'm justly killed with mine own treachery.
How does the Queen? She swoons to see him bleed.
No. It's poison.
Oh, treachery. Let the doors be locked. Treachery, seek it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is but half hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. The king is to blame.
The point in venom too. In venom, do thy work.
Treason!
Treason! Friend, defend me. I ain't but hurt.
Hear thou, cestuous, murderous, damned Dane. Is thy union here?
follow my mother.
He's justly served. He is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Never make thee free of it. I follow thee. I'm dead, Horatio. Oh, sweet Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. And if thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absence thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy last breath in pain to tell my story.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels, sing thee to thy rest.